What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 5, and we start today's episode off with Jimmy Abdu coming to us here and saying he was disappointed not to start the game in the last episode against Charlton, the last game of the last episode, which we won 2-0. He said he was disappointed not to start, and I was like, why are you coming to me and talking to me about it? Like, we won the game. You know, it always frustrates me when I see that in career mode. It's like, okay, fair enough, you are disappointed that you didn't get into the side, but even so, we won the game. You got to be a team player, man. You know, it's not about you, it's about the team. But oh well, I'm sure he's not going to complain too much. But we won, and that's all I care about, really. So if his morale goes down because I didn't pick him, I don't care. I got the 3 points, and that's more important. But anyway, we start today's episode off, the first game of today's episode off against Southampton in the Capital One Cup, third round here as the Saints come to the Den for this Capital One Cup third round tie, and had Ben Foster in goal. Very interesting signing by them. But even so, Southampton did come to the Den, so it's the first taste of Premier League opposition here in this series in the 5th episode, because as I said, I'm not really that bothered about the Capital One Cup. But even with them coming, you know, I still rested pretty much the entire side. I think I only had one or possibly two first teamers out there just in case, because I would like to win. Obviously, it would be nice to knock out a Premiership side in the third round, but I'm still not that bothered. You know, even if I still think that even if a team like United or City or Chelsea or Arsenal came, I would still probably put out the backup side, because I just don't care about the Capital One Cup. But anyway, we had the first chance of the game here. The shot was well saved by Ben Foster, like I say, the new signing for Southampton. And in the 7th minute, how about this from Shane Lowry? The ball dropped for him. I thought, I'm just going to let fly from here. And it wasn't actually that far off. Okay, it did go wide, but even so, it wasn't that far off. And Ben Foster was on trouble, but even so. But in the 15th minute, Gaston Ramirez stands over this free kick and he takes it. He ends up hitting the bar. It's tipped away by Nyland. We head the ball forward, but we can't get the ball out of the box. And what a fantastic volley by Jose Fonte, or Jose Font as he's pronounced. Fantastic half volley by the Portuguese defender. It's an absolutely brilliant strike. You wouldn't really think that he would be able to do something like that, but it was an absolutely wonderful half volley. But really, we should have cleared that ball. That was a really bad piece of defending there, and it was a wonderful volley. Take nothing away from it. There was nothing that Nyland could do. I think he actually saved the Gaston Ramirez free kick. It was a brilliant save, but there was nothing he could do about that one, and the Saints skipper made it 1-0 to the Premier League opposition here. So 1-0 to Southampton, and in the 27th minute here, Davies gets on the ball, plays it through to Pablo Osvaldo. He's 1-1 with Nyland, and he beats the Norwegian goalkeeper to the ball and puts the ball into the back of the net. So 28 minutes in, Millwall 0, Southampton 2, and we are on course for our first loss of the series. And it was to be expected. Southampton put out a very strong side. We had basically a very weak side out there, and we were 2-0 down at half time, and straight from kickoff in the second half, it could have been even worse for us here. Adam Lallana squares it to Davies. Davies plays it back to Morgan Schneiderlin, and his shot goes wide of the post, so still 2-0, and it probably should have been 3 there. The Frenchman failed to hit the target when he should have done, and in the 55th minute here, Southampton give the ball away. Our first real chance, apart from the first few in the first minutes here. Lee Martin's onto the ball, tried to fake shot, catch out Yoshida, and put the ball past Ben Foster, but it was such a tame effort. It went straight to the goalkeeper, and that was really poor from me. Terrible composure. And in the 90th minute here, what a great chance for Southampton to make it 3-0. Victor Wanyama comes through. He beats Nyland, but he can only put the ball wide of the post. It was a terrible effort by the former Celtic man, and it does indeed finish 2-0. So a bit of a disappointing game for us, really. I mean, it is our first loss. It was to be expected. We did rest the side. We were playing Premier League opposition. I wasn't really that bothered, but even so, it's kind of disappointing because we had like one real good chance with Lee Martin. Everything else was really sort of lackluster. The whole game we got dominated, and it was a really poor way to have our first loss of the series. Like, if we would have had a really decent game and just lost by like 1-0 in like the 90th minute or whatever, I'd have been like, yeah, that's fine. Like, we tried our hardest, we just didn't get there. But that game was really poor, regardless of the opposition and regardless of the team we put out. But straight after that, Finland came into us, and that gave us our first international management offer of the series. So if I have any Finland subscribers, hello, your nation want me to manage them, and we're going to stall it for now. I don't think I'll take it. I'm not really that interested. What I'm thinking of doing is buying the international management offer from the EA Sports Football Club catalogue, and I'll probably take the England job like that, because England have never came in for us. If you're new to this channel, every single career mode I've done, I've been waiting for the job offer from England. I've never had a job offer from England. It's so frustrating. But anyway, the second and final game of today's episode is against Brighton and Hove Albion here, and of course Brighton no longer with Gus Poyet, still have a very good side there, and and they get the first chance of the game in the 21st minute here. Craig McCall-Smith takes on Scott Malone, beats him here, plays it through to David Lopez, crosses the ball in, and it's a simple header for, I think it might have been Keith Andrews at the far post there. Regardless of such, it was a really decent header, and there was nothing Nyland could do. But just 22 minutes in, we were 1-0 down, so once again we were behind early on in a game here, and in the 28th minute we tried to get back in this game. Really good pass in between Nicky Bailey and Steve Morrison. It comes through to Michel Weiser, our right back up the pitch, and oh, what a terrible miss. I don't know why he went with his left foot there. I tried to drill it with his right foot across Kujak's goal. Instead he went with his left foot and it went straight into the side net, and so still 1-0 to Brighton. That was how the first half finished, and in the second half the first chance came to Carrasco. I tried to let fly from range, but it wasn't really good strike. Kujak had a simple save, and it was still 1-0, and in the 77th minute it looked like it was going to be back-to-back defeats here. Mark Beavers makes a great interception though. He plays a wonderful free ball to Andy Keogh. Can he finish? No. Brilliant save by the goalkeeper, but the Irishman off the bench retains possession, finds Liam Feeney. His cross goes up in the air. Carrasco's not going to win it. He's not tall enough, but he keeps hold of the ball, gives it off to Malone down the left-hand side, crosses the ball in again. It's headed away only as far as Liam Trotter, takes a touch and half volleys it into the bottom corner. So a fantastic finish by Liam Trotter there. He's one of our most valuable players in terms of value, and I don't really want to sell Trotter because I really like Trots, and that was a wonderful half volley. You see it in the animations here. It looks so good on the replay. No chance for the Poland goal, and as you can see, the Polish goalkeeper, former Manchester United man, punches the ground in anger. He's very disappointed that ball went into the back of the net, but it was a great strike by Trotter, and he did manage to get his first goal of the season to level the score up with 10 minutes to go. And it was also how the game finished. So a 1-1 draw away in Brighton, and I'm pretty pleased with that, to be honest. Brighton have a decent side. They were actually sitting in second or possibly third when we played this game, so it was a bit of a top of the table clash really. And I was actually really pleased to get a draw in that game, because once again it was a game which possession wise we got dominated in, and we didn't have too many clear cut chances. But a great strike by Trotter means we do take a point back to London, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And here's a squad report. Once again, a reminder: squad reports and the full league table will be shown at the start of every single calendar month, and here is the squad report. And once again, the players have only just started to develop really, so you're not going to see too much growth in the first couple of squad reports, but even so, some encouraging signs, seeing some players like Carrasco already growing 2 ratings already, so it's really decent, and yeah, it's looking quite good as well. I've also read a few of your comments saying that about James Henry, who's on loan at Wolves. I know that. I'm pretty sure he's about to complete a permanent deal at Wolves as well, under of course former Millwall boss Kenny Jackett, but a couple of you said, can you recall James Henry? I'm actually thinking of doing that. That could be quite a decent thing to do. You know, recall James Henry from his loan spell, and then keep him for the rest of the season, but I don't know, but we'll see what happens in a minute. But even so, here's a look at the league table. 9 games in, we're in 3rd place. We're still yet to lose a game. One of 3 teams that are yet to lose a game. Of course, the other 2 are QPR and Wigan, who are in 1st and 2nd respectively. So quite a good start to the season. And we also went into the contracts after this, because I saw that loads of players were expiring at the end of the season, including Andy Keogh, Liam Trotter, Liam Feeney, and of course James Henry. And I think those are the 4 players I offer contracts to. And yeah, we'll wait and see what they say, because I don't want to see those players even free agents, because they're quite valuable to my squad. But we'll have to wait and see. And yes, I am definitely thinking about recalling James Henry, or if not recalling him for this season, then letting his loan deal expire and then possibly using him next season. But anyway guys, as always, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you are, please leave likes, that's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.